Hey guys. All right. Hopefully my internet holds out for me. What's up? Happy Friday. Where you're live from, where you're joining me from, where you live. How's the weather there? I know like talking about the weather is so corny, but I love the weather. Something you might not know about me, when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a meteorologist. I was like obsessed with hurricanes and storms, and I grew up in South Florida and we had awesome storms there. And the reason I'm saying that is because like since living here in Central Oregon, there's like hardly any. It's pretty dry and mild year round, except for the winter. We have like winter storms, which are pretty cool, but it's not like thunderstorms with lightning and like tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff like that, what I really am used to and really like. But right now it's kind of like, maybe I can show you. Is anyone else like a weather nerd like me? Science nerd. So it's cloudy and it's pretty windy, like it keeps shaking my car. And it was raining on and off today and it got really cold. That's like a big difference between here and South Florida's. The rain is cold. So yeah, comment below so I can see your comments. How's the weather where you're at? Because I love weather and I love science. I'm a total dork. But I wanted to talk about vulnerability and weakness. Because this kind of has been on my mind for a while, and it's something that I woke up with on my mind, and it's been something I've been thinking about all day. And because, you know, I've been talking about depression and anxiety, because it's something that I dealt with for a very long time. And I was thinking like, am I sharing that right? Or do I come off as somebody like who is woe is me? Sometimes I wonder if I'm coming off as like, oh, I'm so sad. Like, I'm so sad that I had this like experience or whatever. And I just, please know that that's not the case, because that's not at all my intentions. In fact, like I would have never, oh, there's a new thing, a flag. Oh, that's cool. I would have never talked about my anxiety or depression like ever in my entire life until now, because I'm past it. And I would have never talked about it before because I would think that it would make me weak. And honestly, by talking about it now, I was wondering, do people think that I'm weak? And I was seriously thinking about that because it's like so taboo to talk about anxiety and depression and emotional shit, because it like people think you're weak or you come off as weak, and or you think that you come off as weak by talking about that. And nobody would have known ever that I had been feeling depressed or feeling anxious, because I would have never, nobody would have known. I had great grades in college. I, was like the best at my job, but after hours, I was like drinking heavily because I thought that would make me feel better. I was like doing other things because I thought it would make me feel better. I had crippling anxiety. It started when, I told you guys the other day, like my anxiety started when I was a kid, but it wasn't until I was in, I don't know, like in my teen years, like 16, 17, that the doctors were going to put me on medication because of my anxiety. And I took it once and I was like, this is stupid. And I realized that I control my reality. And so something about me is that I've always had this like this desire or like inner knowing that I control my reality and that I control my life and I'm in control. Like, it's up to me to choose to take drugs to soothe for anxiety, or it's up to me to choose to fix it, because I knew it wasn't who I really was. It didn't define me. It was just something I was experiencing, and it was up to me to try to fix it. And so that's what I started doing. I tried for a really long time, and it really wasn't solidified until I started, you know, doing personal growth and committing to like a real healthy lifestyle change. And that's when I got control over my stuff. But yeah, like, I just kind of share about my past and share about things I've gone through, because the last thing I want is for anyone to look at my social media and think that it's some highlight reel of my life and that I'm bragging or like trying to be somebody I'm not, or trying to, I don't know, like one up or, you know, whatever, because it's not the case. The reason I share about my life and my successes and where I'm going is because I want to inspire people to do that for themselves. I know I've been at the bottom. Like, I know what it's like to be in a freaking shithole. Okay. I grew up, you know, poor as hell, the oldest of three kids, just struggling constantly on the struggle bus in all areas. And I know what it's like to try to come out of that. And all I know is if I can come from a single parent home where we were poor, getting clothes from churches, getting food from churches, you know, living on the system. My mom was a drug addict. If I could come, and I was experiencing drugs, and I was a high school dropout. If I can come from where I came from and be where I am today, you can too. Like, most people have not experienced the things that I have. Like, most people had a pretty decent life. Like, even if it's kind of fucked up, you know, like, we all have some issues, but, you know, most people didn't have to wonder if your car was going to get repoed, or you were getting evicted from your house, or if you would have a place to live, or if you were going to experience Christmas, or, you know, most people didn't have to think about those things. And, you know, the reason I share about where I've come from is not by any means, you know, to say that I was like, oh, you know, woe is me or anything. It's to show you that you can change your life. If I can change my life, you can change your life. And that's why I share about what I share about. And I want to talk about depression and anxiety because a lot of people are scared to talk about it, and they're scared to admit that they have these feelings. And I had those feelings for a long time too. And, you know, I overcame them. And sometimes they still come back. I think it's just like, for me at this point, like an automatic feeling, or I can't think of what it's called right now, like a habit my body has to feel a certain way. But I combat it with exercise and eating healthy and getting my mind right. And I know that that I can help other people, do the same thing and help other people change their lives. And that it doesn't have to be this scary thing, or having anxiety or depression or whatever doesn't make you a weak person. It doesn't mean that you don't know how to handle your life, because I bet you're a freaking badass and you're just like having these feelings and you don't know what to do with them, or you don't know how to get rid of them, and you don't want to admit that you have them, because that would mean that you're weak, especially if you're a motivated person like me, if you're driven. A lot of us who are super driven, who are motivated, who are like headstrong, have anxiety because we want to win. We want to succeed. We want to, like, you know, do good things with our lives, and you know, feeling anxiety or depression could be a sign of weakness, and we think that about ourselves. And so yeah, I just kind of wanted to open that door and let you know that, you know, you're not alone, and that doesn't make you weak, and you have the power to overcome that. You have the power to control your emotions. You have the power to change your life. And that's it. That's really all. The only reason I ever post is because I want to help someone. I want to inspire you guys to change your life. I want you to know that you can. And I want to show you that, like, proof of my life, you know, because I look to other people as an example. You know, I feel like we're all community, and our stories and our lives can be used as a tool and inspiration to help other people. And I look to other people for inspiration, and I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have other people lead the way before me, if I didn't have other people to stories to aspire to, or to inspire me to know that I can do something more too. You know, and so that's really all I ever want, is to share my real life story, the good, the bad, the ugly, to show you that you, as a fellow real human being, can also change your life. And that's it. So I hope that this video was helpful. Feel free to message me anytime to talk about it, about anything, about health and fitness goals, about controlling your emotions, about joining my team, about just talking, or just, you know, thanking me, or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Just message me if you ever want to talk. I have an open door policy. I'm here to help. That's what I do. And feel free to tag friends below, share this video if it was helpful, and have an awesome Friday, you guys. Don't take life so seriously. Enjoy it. We live once, you know, like, think bigger picture. There's bigger problems out there. I know sometimes, like, our own problems can seem like mountains that are impossible to climb, but you are strong and you can do anything you put your mind to. You just have to think positively and have an optimistic attitude, an optimistic outlook. And don't focus on pain. Don't focus on how you're feeling negatively. Focus on what you do want instead of what you don't want, and you can do anything. All right, bye guys.